I don't know what my tired face looks like, but this has to be pretty close. When you're drying corn all hours of the night, you have things going on. It was my turn today. Got to dump semis. We were full last night, and if I don't start dumping the semis, the dryer will shut off here. Well, like 2 hours before we get here. So I'm gonna get this dumped out. So what I'm gonna do is swap these trucks out. Keep this dryer going so we can shell corn. Every truck we have full, wheels are full. You know the routine. See if I can find a flashlight too. That might be a good idea. Check for air toes on the VFDs. There's another cabinet over here at the dryer to check. Yeah. A lot of times they'll have an air code. There's the numbers we're running. Let me get this light off. You always want to follow these up the side of the bin. Make sure you don't have any holes up top. I guess they plugged this thing big time yesterday. We'll have to ask them about that later. Go ahead and get this truck done. Dump pit's nice, holds about 500 bushels. Oh, that's a full semi. Okay. It's like a truck traffic jam here at the farm. Good yields. Good times. Yeah, that's me again. This truck that I set quite a ways ago is about done. Yeah, it's done. We can go ahead and move it. I'm just going to push my pile in the pit. We're pulling off the pit, pulling off the bins, just kind of pulling everything down. We have not used our third bin. We've got a 36-foot 9-ring, 22,000 bushels, 30-foot 9-ring, 30-foot 9-ring. They're 15,000 each. We filled these two, filled the 4 semis, filled the grain cart and the 2 combines. So we got some work to do this morning. We've got rain on the way. We've got sensitive ground where we've got to get off the road with the truck. Ground's solid right now. So we've got to make use of this time. We're going to max things out. Did so many years before this dump pit. We're running a lot of bushels to a swing away out here in the mud before we had concrete. My grandpa used to talk about how nice it'd be to be able to just push a pile of corn into the pit and be able to clean up with a broom. Here I am going to complain about cleaning this up. We're going to get this cleaned up and switch these trucks. So we thought we were going to skip emptying the bees wings wagon, but apparently when you drive 24 hours at the rate we're running, and that variety, it's a daily dumper. He just got that cleaned out. I mean, yesterday morning we were just here. Good problems to have. It means we're flowing a lot of bushels. That explains the snow. You can't you gotta have glasses on. I got these, they wrap real tight and they're a safety glass. And they look cool. It's kind of the combination of both though. We're always working on something. You should have safety glasses on. I kind of just dual purpose with these glasses. And then I'm just too lazy to get normal ones. I just wear these all the time. Okay. Mumbling because I'm tired. I'm happy from all these things. And progress is being made. The birds were chirping this morning. I could hear the dryer running when I went outside. You hear the dryers running when you walk out the door. Well, that's the start of a good day. Brennan's going to take the bees wings wagon, dump it on the field. It's good for fertilizer, so Might as well put it back on the field. He's going to take it for a ride, sprinkle it out. Oh, it's a tight fit. There's a giant rat. You guys see that? Okay, buddy. I seen where he went. Oh yeah, you're had now. This is going to be a bad day for you soon. Well, try to take care of that. We'll have to clean this up before the rain. They had the leg plugged just the one time. So you have it plugged once, it's not bad. Now you can dump both hoppers, but it kind of fills on the ends because it's just a V. If you want to dump quick, you can pull up, but you got to get in and out of the truck. I usually like to just dump in the center. You'll pretty much dump the front, and then you just pull the back, open it to a sprinkle. You know, half your truck's done, just pulling up. I kind of like that. But there's times when we want to walk away and get something else done, and you just set it on a sprinkle on both ends, walk away. Unloads pretty fast. It was dark earlier. Here's the party they had. They plugged the bin, testing the limit on the blowers, and made a pile. We'll look at that later. So we better do it before it rains. Oh, so there's where that pile comes from, the evidence. You just never think it's going to stop, do you? It's like, well, it got pretty violent. The pipe started blowing. Yeah. These blowers, this equipment, this stuff, just pretty wild sometimes. First thing I usually do is look around the machine. We'll go check the corn head out. I looked it over in the dark, but I was up there, kicked the beaver dam off last night, washed the windows. Just kind of look and see if you see anything. Always walk around the equipment, check things out. I'm gonna look around. Just glancing at the belts. Need to blow things off in there. That's a daily if possible. With my chain tensioners, making sure there's tension on the chains, no stiff links. Pop it clean right now with the door open. Yeah, I spilled a little. That'll feed the deer. Oh. It could be adjusted slightly. I think I will. Just to be safe. Hey Thresher, how are you doing? You just want these to engage the sprocket, just barely. And this has a little bit of give. We just loosen these four, run it down with this. Chain tensioners there, they've got indicators on them. Here, see if you see this spring out here, you know you're out of spec or something broke. They've got these little indicators all around there. So let's see here. Get my tools out here. 15mm wrench and socket. You use the toolbox with the corn. You really use a lot of beans. You're always in your toolbox. Corn, it's mainly this clean grain elevator. You don't want it to get out of adjustment. If it does, well, let me show you. This has got a divider in the middle. The paddles can get too loose. Catch that. It rips it out of that, and then you got to take all this stuff off. Just enough to slide. Just kind of letting gravity do some. One here, the sprocket. And where the chain slides, just barely contacts it. And that's where you stop. We'll tighten it down right there. As you can see it, it's not much. I'm being picky. Could have left it, but that's perfect. I thought I could get my finger on that one. Yeah, all done. We'll put our door back on. They do wear out though. Make sure this gap seals up. Burned 261.2 gallons of fuel. That was just yesterday. And that was just in the combines, not the semis, the tractors running augers. grain cart, the trucks, hole in the trailer, the little pumps run the fuel. They burn gas. Oh man. Dryer's sitting here munching away, burning LP gas. There's stuff just flowing out everywhere we look. That's just took years to get used to that. I guess I'm used to it. It's the best you can be. Dumping on the run. He's gonna be the first. We'll flip around right here. She'll pick us up on the way back, and she'll have these two smaller dumps. And if I go slow, I adjusted my header control. Now I'm gonna have to help it right there. Usually, initially I help the up just slightly. If it's real deep, that's deeper than I thought it was going to be. And that's all done right here. The tilt's here, up, down. My nudge is up here, so when I'm steering, I'm essentially steering this right now with this button. So shifts it left, shifts it right, and I'm shifting my line. So I'm auto steering with the cheap signal, no row feel, but I'm just kind of driving it. Driving it with the joystick. I'm not touching the wheel, and if it turns a little bit wrong, I nudge, and that's how I fix that. Yeah, guys, I can't see the snouts, and there's all kinds of washes and dips up through here, and just timing them's the thing. Pretty amazing. Deere hydraulics are pretty forgiving, but I had to really adjust on this header height control and make sure I go through those when you can't see. So we'll flip around and follow Brian headed the other way. And the grain cart will be right there to pick us up when we're done dumping. I'm going to get him. They'll dump on the run. We're going to be behind. We're not quite as full as him. Guys, I can't tell you what a cool sight this is. Seeing my construction equipment sitting next to an open ditch we dug with our bin complex in the background, our John Deere combine I'm in, and there's one right there. I didn't even think we'd have one of these combines. So, wow. And a Kinsey cart. This is all the Cadillac of the farm equipment. We got a pretty nice lineup. Pretty happy with it. Glad I can share it with you guys. Oh, what an exciting time in my life. There we go. He's cleaned out. We're going to move up. So this worked out. We're going to dump on the run on the way back. We're actually one combine dump one way, one dump the other. I'm thankful that we got a Kinsey 1300. I kind of joked and said if we ever had two combines, it'd be kind of nice. We mainly just got it so we didn't have to worry about running it off the side. We figured out we'll never fill this thing. I'm serious, guys. I didn't think we were going to fill that. Not all the time, and not sitting here down the back with two combines. That's a scenario that was just a joke in our head when we bought it, and it worked out. If we were any smaller, to be honest, this would work out with two 12-row heads running. You have to have the Kinsey 1300 powerhouse for a grain cart.
No, it will just be the liquid draw line. Kind of like what we heard about. It's just the normal liquid line. It is the one on top of the largest tank closest to the end of it. When you close that center one on the top, then you hear a click sound, and then maybe
right there he is.
You will put it back up. If not, that was
Driving the combine, talking on the radio. Oh yeah, easily. I was really heaping it there in the center. Got the field done, offloading. Brian's already left. Holding up. Ready to go down the road. We're going to get another one. The power poles are in the way for the grain cart. We can pull the trucks in the field. It's dry, so we're headed straight there. It's 40 acres, long roads. It's got a lot of trees on both sides of it, so you got to be careful. Hopper is, boom, it's folded. Brian's getting us opened up. I'm going to just pull in the neighbor's field. He's cool with us, and unfold my head, and I'll drive in and unfold my hopper after I clear the power line. Okay, so we've got the head folded down. Let me get a lock.
Center gauge still is at 80%. I can't hear any flow out of that liquid line. The other two tanks are still on E.
A little bit of a traffic jam while we're opening up. And we're going to have a full grain cart. We're going to see about that high score. Ooh. It really piles high. We work inrows, we work together, and man, they go fast. It makes inrows fun again. It's really fun with two machines. By the time he's made a little room, I'll go up, and when I notch in, I've made more room, and the guy first is opening up some, but not as much, and the guy in second is not doing much opening. He's just widening out what's already open. So it really, there's some benefits that we're finding that we really like for our operation. Because then he can go straight or clear out. We'll back up out of his way. Just like that. He'll come on through and roll. Wow. That helps with productivity like I didn't realize. Now he's going to grab the third pass, I'll grab the fourth, and Inro's gone. We'll head back the other way. Grain cart's full on the other end, dumping right now. And we can both dump off and likely just fill the grain cart again. By that time, another semi shows up. We've only got to do this 8 times, 9 times. This is not quite 40 acres. So yeah, not bad at all. Combine's one of those times, or 2 combines is one, the grain cart's another, and 4 semis. So a lot of it just pulled in. We can get most of the field just on wheels, and then while we're moving and open up the next one, we deal with bushels. Guys are dumping trucks and moving. Got very efficient at that. A little bit of a traffic jam. The low power lines, it's a lot nicer to pull in the field, so that's what the guys are doing. We had 2 semi-loads on wheels waiting when they pulled up. Well guys, it got dark. We're at an inn at a 141 acre field that's 4 fields. Okay, time for the fun to begin. Wet spot right there in the corner. I'm sure he can land around it. We'll start right there. Can't see much. Just cowboy this thing up. much with the corn head. You can still pick up rock, but not as often. Bean head, on the other hand, is rock central. We always pick up rocks and have issues in your combine beans. For years, Brian and I have kind of decided, well, it's your year, it's trade off, basically. It's not terrible, but it's not fun. You're going to put it on the list, it's going to be on the lower end, especially the beans, just because of the rocks. Really busy opening up. And Brittany's got to drive a long ways. We don't have the truckers anywhere near us to help out if we have issues. Just not as nice to be back in here. It's cool to be back in here, but not when you're working. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. I don't know how this looks. I've been dragging today, but we're gaining. I appreciate the support. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to see you on the next one.